Hey everybody, it's Monkey Farm. If you thought I had uploaded this video earlier today, you are not losing your mind, don't worry. I just re-uploaded it because I made a few changes, so if you've seen it, sorry about that. So this is just a quick video today about the new snapshot that was released the other day called 12W01A. They're just a handful of updates or bug fixes that were made, nothing too major. If you know from the last update, sheep now regrow their wool, and as you can see, they eat your grass up too. So this guy might not be around too much longer. We'll worry about that later. Anyway, so on to the update that I wanted to talk about today in the video. I'm not going to go over all of them, but everybody seemed to be worried about ladders, and since they're removing the collision off of ladders, where meaning if you fall from a far distance and land on a ladder, that you would actually take damage, so you'd be injured by that. So they removed that. So now, but everybody was worried about it was going to affect their parkour maps. Doesn't seem to be the case. Looks like we can still jump and land on them. So don't worry about that. I think everything's fine there. The one thing about ladders that everybody else was worried about, or I was worried about, especially, is that ladders will no longer hold up objects because they don't have collision. So since I have this minecart elevator here, obviously that affects something. Now, if you saw the first video I uploaded, I had used glass panes, and one of my subscribers, Mardix9, actually reminded me that I could use trapdoors. So thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. I have no idea why I forgot about trapdoors. I had tried fence posts, then I used glass panes, and then you had to remove a block from the side because glass panes will fill up like a full block too. But anyway, so for those of you that have something like a minecart elevator, or you're using ladders to prop things up, definitely use trapdoors because it leaves the biggest opening uh, in the hole, especially at least for trapdoors. Let's get that ladder back. The other thing that you can now use ladders for that were not a great idea before is to prop up water for water drops. Um, it if you had ladders here previously, there was a possibility that you would take damage hitting the ladder, which is why they removed the collision also. So that is fixed now. So that is about it. If you wanted to see what happens now if you use ladders, why don't we test it out real quick? So this is how I used to have the minecart elevator. I would have a ladder, and let's see, I have a rail track, and there you go. So the minecart used to just rest on the ladder there. It no longer does, but luckily we have trapdoors. That works well now. So I'm here in a just a newly generated map in creative mode, and one of the other things they updated in this recent snapshot is that they've smoothed the color transitions between biomes, and I'm not sure if I can actually see any of that, but or if we can tell the difference. But I'm going to just fly through here and see if we can tell. They also made the biomes a little bit more varied. So hills and forests. I guess this might be a forest. It doesn't. I'm not sure, but looks like looks like there's some, little small random hills when normally this might be a little bit flatter. So that should actually be pretty cool to add some smaller features to the terrain, just little hills and mountains and things like that. Let's see if we can find a desert. So here's the beginning of a desert. Now the transition doesn't really appear to be any different in between the forest and the desert. But what they did do actually is add some more hills to the deserts, so it's not going to be as flat, I guess. So I guess this would be kind of an example of that, where there's kind of a hill area that normally you wouldn't find in the desert. Deserts are a little bit flatter than that usually. So let's check this out, see if there are any more hills here. Yeah, so it's a little bit different, not too much. So anyway, there's a just a quick overview of some of the changes that they've made. I mainly just wanted to show the ladders. So once again, I will put a link to the Mojang site that has the full list of details, and it also has a link to the download where you can uh, update to this version if you want to. And that's about it. So we'll talk to you guys later.